Achieving this dense texture usually requires hours on a stove. This protocol reaches that target with 15 minutes of active cooking. You don't need a complex culinary timeline or a pantry full of specialty ingredients to reach this result. The process relies on a tight, efficient prep window and a handful of basics. As we can see on this layout, the formula requires 5 core elements: pumpkin, an onion, 2 whole garlic cloves, broth, and water. The savory profile of the dish depends on the interaction between the onion and garlic. These aromatics provide a necessary counterpoint to the natural sweetness of the pumpkin. To process these ingredients, you only need 2 pieces of hardware: a large pot for the thermal breakdown and a high-speed blender, either a handheld immersion tool or a standard countertop model. Success here is not a matter of advanced technique. It is strictly about executing these foundational steps in the exact correct order. So let's start the clock. Step 1 is the physical breakdown of the primary ingredient. Slice your pumpkin into 3-centimeter pieces, scrape out the seeds entirely, and reduce the remaining flesh to roughly 4-centimeter chunks. Look at this microscopic cross-section. The soft, porous inner flesh is protected by dense, unbreakable fibrous layers. If you leave any skin attached, it survives the blending process. While the flesh disintegrates, the jagged skin remains, creating hard anomalies in the finished soup. Before you begin, ensure you are using an eating pumpkin, such as a Kent, a Jap, or a standard butternut squash. Avoid using the large pumpkins bred for decorative carving. Carving pumpkins lack the starch content required for a thick emulsion. Using them results in a watery, flavorless liquid that cannot support its own weight. Strict material selection and removal of the tough exterior dictate the final structural integrity. Now we load the vessel. Thinine the pumpkin chunks, the sliced onion, peeled whole garlic cloves, 3 cups of broth, and exactly 1 cup of water. Notice the water line on the schematic. The liquid volume deliberately sits below the solid mass. This ratio is intentional. Restricting liquid concentrates the natural starches. As steam evaporates during the boil, the pumpkin acts as its own thickening agent. Initiate a rapid boil. Leave the pot uncovered and then reduce heat to a steady simmer. Let it run for exactly 10 minutes. At the 10-minute mark, perform a kinetic test. Press a dull butter knife directly into the thickest chunk of pumpkin in the pot. 0 physical resistance indicates success. If the knife slides through without effort, the cellular structure of the squash has properly collapsed. Controlling the water ratio and verifying this cellular collapse are the mechanisms that guarantee a velvety texture without reaching for artificial thickeners. Immediately remove the vessel from the active heat source once the test is complete. For those using a stick blender, you may begin the phase transition now. Submerge the blades and blend until the solids and liquids unify into a smooth puree. If utilizing a closed countertop blender, you must follow a different safety protocol. Agitating hot liquid inside a sealed chamber generates immediate steam. This creates catastrophic outward pressure that blows the lid off the chamber, resulting in a soup explosion. To bypass this risk, countertop blender uses must allow the mass to cool significantly before sealing and activating the motor. Once the base is smooth, move to the stabilization phase. Apply salt, pepper, and the lipid layer, roughly half to 3/4 of a cup of cream. Do not return the mixture to a boil after adding the dairy. Reaching a boil at this stage breaks the emulsion, causing the cream to split and curdle. Strict thermal discipline during these final steps preserves a unified, perfect emulsion. To finish, transfer the soup to a wide bowl and apply a secondary cream drizzle across the surface. Finalize the aromatic profile with a crack of black pepper and fresh parsley. You have engineered a dense, luxurious meal using purely natural pumpkin mass, executed in under 15 minutes of active time. Now that the base protocol is mastered, you can expand the formula. Try introducing fresh ginger or Thai red curry paste during the initial garlic and onion stage. This 15-minute formula provides a reliable autumn staple and a functional framework for further culinary experimentation.